This issue is very dear to my heart. The charter schools that my children, actually my nephews that I raise, attend. I'm feeling as though had they not attended the charter school, I'm feeling as though if they had not attended the charter schools, I'm not sure where they would be. I'll say that first. And I say that because, for me, the difference between the public school and the charter schools, because, you know, a lot has been said here, and a lot has been said about money, but not the children and not the family. And I think those pieces are critical because, you know, everybody sits around and figure out how to spend a dollar. But I'm hoping that the goal is more than about the dollar, because if a child is invested in appropriately from the beginning, then we don't have to catch them on the other end. And the other end could be institutions, it could be suicide, it could be, you know, just causing harm. And so the investment is important, and it's important that a child has a choice. And it's about time. I'm a product of the public school. It really worked for me. Why did it work for me? Because my mother cared. My parents cared. The community cared. We're not living in those times. Unfortunately, we're not. There are a lot of babies who've had babies who are incapable of caring for their kids. The charter school go the extra mile. They take time, quality time, that they invest in these children. It's like a family unit. And I'm not saying that the public school, you know, does not offer the same things, but it's bigger. You can get lost in it. There's just a greater need for the attention that you may not get at home, the meal that you may not get at home, the kudos, the strokes. Charter schools take the time to come out and visit your home. Like they do home visits. Who does that? In 2015, they take the time to do a home visit. Why are they there? Well, let's see. They're probably assessing. They're probably making an assessment to see whether or not the kid can learn in this environment. Why send a kid home with a bunch of homework if, in fact, he's saying, my sister pulled my paper, the dog, whatever the stories are. We've heard them before. And the numbers are astounding. I mean, like in spring last year, 2014, 2015, 11,889 applications. That's a need. In 2015 and 2016, it increased to 13,579 applications. That's saying something is not happening correctly in the school systems. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what that is, because we're all human beings, and we know that people dwell in a place that's nurturing, in an environment that serves them well. And if a regular school, a regular public school, and I really get confused with this, a charter school, public school, they're both public schools. That's what I've been taught. And yet we sit and we separate them. And it's all about the money. And if we're going to do right by these children, because this is not about us, it's not about the money, we're going to have to figure out how to serve the community. Because the children are our future. And if we don't get it right, we're going to pay. So my voice is, you could pay now or you could pay later, but you will be paying. Thank you for your time.
Excuse me, I didn't get your name.
Wanda Brown, sorry.
And what school, what town do you live in?
I live in Providence.
Providence, okay.
And
I just wanted to make a note.
My children go to Highlander Charter School, and I just want to add one more thing, so thanks for bringing me back to a place of calm down. I'm feeling like I have to talk quick because I know time is of the essence and people are hungry and trying to get home. The other thing I wanted to say is that if I'm a single aunt raising 3 boys, and
Wanda, clearly you care enough, so much for these children, that you take time out of your day and spend the whole night here listening and waiting for your turn. And they're very lucky boys to have you to take care of them and make sure that they get into a special place. Take all your time. We're not in any hurry.
When they say it takes a village to raise a child, that's what's missing in the public schools. Everybody's going their own separate ways. I commend a young man, Senator, I can't see your name, but from Cumberland. Cumberland Public Schools work 2-parent households. It's necessary for a child to be raised to understand that education is the way. And if you are in Providence, South Providence, East Providence, it doesn't really matter. There's a struggle in my community, and education has to be the way. And so my nephew, who is 16 right now, he's in the charter school, high school. So if the money doesn't go in the direction that I needed to go in, I have to run around and find another school for him to go to for the 10th grade. And in my mind, that's unacceptable. How do I tell him, since he's been going to Highlander since the kindergarten, that now in the 10th grade, because the people pretty much on the hill made a decision that could either help you advance or could set you back. But I'm believing that you all will make the right decision. Like everybody that sits before me, if you operate from your heart and not this budget stuff, things are going to get paid. People need to come together. I don't even know the language that you use up here, but I'm thinking like get together some kind of ad hoc committee. Don't take a break. We can't afford a break. These children can't afford a break. This is about get it done now. There's no excuse. We need to figure it out. So many things are in the rafters right now. A school that is trying to progress because you all said they could. Now you're saying maybe you can, maybe you can't. And the public schools that are struggling to do better or to keep sports in their school or a marching band, I empathize with them too. But we got to figure it out. And one of the things the charter school does is fundraisers. The money that you give them is not enough. Absolutely not. I'm disabled. I put money in. I find $300 to put in. Whenever they have a fundraiser, I make an investment. They're trying to take the kids to Washington, D.C. I only had $20. They can get it. Why? They're doing great work. And I support them. And I support public schools, too, because I know a lot of kids that go there. And without them, they wouldn't have a meal. They wouldn't have somebody to care. So all things are necessary. We just have to stop playing games and get it together. Learn how to play together. Stop kind of like taking your toys and run out of the playground. Like, I don't want to play with you no more. This is not about us. This is about a bigger picture. It's our future we're dealing with right here, right now. These children in Rhode Island, no matter what schools they go to, public, charter, they are the future, and we must invest now. We must. So please figure it out. I don't know a lot about your budget, but I'll help out whichever way I can. I want you to figure it out. Thank you.
Ms. Brown, thank you for speaking from your heart. Very moving testimony.